Julie from the Heart of Feather Heart Temple YouTube site, 5/31/2016. Another thing that I forgot to mention about groups is that inside the group think tanks, when people are shown the truth, either about their group think tank leaders, which I call influencers, and the information that they've been feeding into their minds, they will defend the lies and the liars, sometimes with a fierce defense. Now, they do that for a few reasons that I can think of. One, they don't want to admit that they've been duped and made a fool of. Two, when the influencers are releasing the programmed information, maybe, just maybe, there is a defense mechanism embedded inside the information that is being released. Now, there could be other reasons, but I've noticed this when even I will present a thought that is completely different than what they've been programmed to think in their group think tank. I've even presented questions to, and I won't say what religion, to a religious leader who approached me as if, and I've had this happen to me over and over and over, as if I have a mark on my forehead that says, come to me and attack me with your religious or your translation of your religious indoctrination. And then I come back and say something that totally throws them off. That's when the fingernails come out. And I've noticed it even in the people who have been in the New Age or metaphysics community. Like I had, and I'm not saying all of these kinds of people are bad. I think that, like for instance, let's start with like a Reiki master, or maybe even a sorcerer. A lot of this information that is being released attracts certain kinds of people to them because it gives them a power, a supposed power over others, which is apparent, or it has been my experience that it is something that is apparent, very, I don't know the right word. For me, they seek some kind of power over others. So it's going, the New Age, even the religious communities are going to draw these kinds of people with, I don't know if it's personality disorders. They could be psychopaths as well. Anyway, I had a Reiki master, or a girl going to school to be a Reiki master, approach me at a dinner and claim to me that she was going to heal me of my ills after talking to me for maybe 10 minutes at a dinner party. And she talked about casting symbols or whatever. And the first question I asked her was, have you done any personal healing on your own? And she got a very funny look on her face and knew right then and there that I was presenting a challenge to her to make her think. It took an instant. And she told me, no, I've never done any personal healing, but that doesn't mean blah, 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 blah. Anyway, throughout the dinner, she grew to dislike me because I presented questions to her that made her look at her own motivation or motivations behind wanting that kind of power over others. That's another thing that comes out of groups, that comes from, quote, masters, unquote. Some of them are just like I said in my last couple videos, are pigs wrapped in godhood clothing. So we have to be very careful about who we share our sacred space with. And at the end of the story with the Reiki master, she was furious with me. And I'm sure right now she's a master. They say ignorance is bliss. Oh, yes, it is. But I say arrogance is bliss. And that's probably where the Reiki master is right now. Have a beautiful day, beautiful people.